Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's Accent here. We are recording AEW Grand Slam Australia. This is a little recap for you guys, so let's get into the show. It started with probably match of the year. As funny as it is for a tag match to be match of the year, for an AEW thing, I think it's pretty spot on. It was Mr. Kenny Omega, the best bout machine, and the aerial assassin Will Ospreay versus Kyle Fletcher, the Protostar, and Kanosuke Takeshita of the Don Callis family. So let's get into it. This was a really, really high octane offense match, just back and forth, boom, 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 boom. They fought outside, they fought in the ring. It was really, really good. But ultimately, Ospreay and Omega picked up the victory. Was really hoping for this one spot where Ospreay had Kyle up for the Stormbreaker and Omega had Konosuke Takeshita up for the One-Winged Angel. Did not happen. They ended up reversing it into Tombstone Pile Drivers, which I thought was cool. Ospreay and Omega end up picking up the victory, and they end up hitting a Hidden Blade into a One-Winged Angel, which was pretty sick. Really, really good opening contest for a Grand Slam Australia. It was originally listed as a pay-per-view. Tony Khan was saying, no, it was always going to be a Collision episode. It was always going to be that. Whatever. Just because they couldn't sell more tickets. They did pack it out, though, and with 10,000 seats, but it is what it is. If you told me 2 years ago that I'd be seeing these two end up tag teaming and kind of hugging it out in the ring and just working together in that scenario, I would have called you crazy, just because of throughout the years, just the amount of, battles that they've had. So to see that was really, really special. But yeah, let's get into the next match. It is Harley Cameron versus Mercedes Moné. Harley, for Valentine's Day, ended up coming out in this really, really cool, pink jacket. I thought it was cool. Harley brought out Puppet Monet and ended up using it to her advantage. Kind of just playing mind games with Mercedes, and then hits a freaking crossbody onto her, which was sick. She then ended up hitting a freaking Australian destroyer, Mexican destroyer, Canadian destroyer. I guess, obviously the name's going to change whoever's doing the move. But still, I did not know she had that in her bag. That was sick. Obviously, Mercedes kicks out. Mercedes then picks up the victory with the Moneymaker, that little weird, twisting suplex thing where she, drops him back like that. She ends up picking up the victory with that. But then after the match, the CEO ends up getting into it with Momo. Momo was the winner of Wrestle Dynasty, AEW Wrestle Dynasty. She won that multi-woman match to decide. The winner gets a future title shot, I believe, at Mercedes, and to the winner of the main event. Momo obviously going to pick Mercedes. That should be a really, really good match. I think Mercedes might retain, though. I don't really see it being a situation where Mercedes loses until AEW All In again, or AEW All Out. Until their WrestleMania pay-per-view is when I see Mercedes finally being dethroned. But yeah, the next match is this one, which freaking slapped. Prior to the match, lad, we got these two lads right here talking about Omega wants Takeshita for the international title, and Ospreay wants Fletcher in a steel cage. Now, someone brought it up at Full Gear because Kyle pinned Ospreay clean. So, in a sense, it's technically 1-1, but they've had battles in the past, and Ospreay's won those. So, I don't really understand people's, gripes and issues with it. I think it's cool. Let them hash it out even more, and then once Ospreay wins this steel cage, you let it be done. Let him be done with the Don Callis family. Let him move on to the big belt. Let him move on to Moxley. Let him get engaged with that. Let him get engaged with the MJS. Let him, not again, but, Swerves again, Hangman. I don't know. Dude, just something interesting. Hell, let these two go at it for the winner gets a title shot at Mox or something, you know? I don't know. Also, my apologies. The other match on the show that actually happened before Buddy and Kazuchika Okada, actually, it was the other tag match between the Rated R superstar Cope, even though I prefer Adam Copeland, but whatever, and the Switchblade hometown hero Jay White versus the Death Riders Claudio Castagnoli and John Moxley. It was cool. Copeland nearly died. Dude literally just jumped off the freaking side little barricade thing onto, I think that was Mox or Claudio. I forget who, but dude, that was insane. I was like, "Are you okay?" And he was like grimacing at his chest. He was like grabbing his chest. I'm like, "You good? Like, you good?" This does not look like a face of a man that is good after that. I don't really understand the purpose of having these dudes do this match, specifically like Copeland. Like the difference with having like Sting do these matches. Sting never took those spots. Darby mainly took most of those. So I'm just like a little intrigued why Edge really needs to be taking those spots. Sorry, I'm going to call him Edge. I'm going to call him Cope, whatever. Like, why is he the one taking those spots? It is what it is. It was still a good match for what it was. Another gripe I have with AEW, can they please use Marina Shafir more as just help with their matches? Like, I expected her to come in and fight, like, Toni Storm, Thunder Rosa, like, all of these other women, but it is what it is. That's her role. That's her role. That's Yuta's role, is just get involved and help Mox. Really cool powerbomb spot to Cope by Claudio. Overall, though, it was really cool. I don't know. I think just some spots felt kind of flat. The crowd, though, was sick. Like, I forgot to mention the crowd for Cope when he came out. The crowd was singing his song the entire time. Like, those moments right here just hit. Like, that's sick. Like, that's sick as a wrestling fantasy. Cope also spears Claudio through a table. He then gets one for Mox. He brings out a barbed wire chair. Straight up gave me TNA vibes with Abyss, RVD, Sabu type vibes, you know what I'm saying? I straight up thought Mox was going to get concertoed here. Yuta and Shafir make the save, end up taking out Cope, and Mox gets him in the little bulldog choke, makes him pass out. A thing too that I saw in other people's reviews and recaps and stuff was that they mentioned that Moxley in the recent AEW had stated that he was going to break Copeland's neck, and he just didn't really just do that. He kind of just knocked him out. And it is what it is. Like, obviously I know stuff changes. You don't want to, like, literally see a dude try to get hurt, but I thought it was, like, you know, kind of keep to your word. Like, I thought they were going to be a little more vicious going into this, especially being the Death of Riders, you know, but it is what it is. The next match before the main event was Kazuchika Okada and Mr. Buddy Matthews. Shout out Buddy for using Rhea's move. He walked to the ring in Rhea Ripley-inspired gear, you know, Australian made, you know, both of them together. I thought that was cool. Nice touch to her. And ended up using her submission in the match. It was a cool match. I really, really liked it. I really like Buddy Matthews as a single wrestler, and I really think this needs to be expressed more. I think he needs a singles title run. I personally wanted him to win this match, but it is what it is. I get it. You want to build Kazuchika Okada as this unstoppable force, whatever. But yeah, Okada ends up winning basically by cheating. He low blows Matthews and then hits the Rainmaker for the 1-2-3. So let's get into the main event real quick. Announced for Wednesday. Also announced for Wednesday. Timeless Toni Storm did it. She is now a 4-time AEW Women's World Champion. 4 title reigns in the span of 6 years as the company's been you know, a thing. I think it's cool. Shout out Toni. Shout out Mariah with their 6-month reign. That was cool. But yeah, that was pretty much it for Grand Slam Australia. What do you guys think? Please have a like, comment, subscribe. Sorry I didn't really touch up on this match too much, but yeah, Toni Storm, man. Timeless Toni Storm. It's Toni time. Yeah, later.